After 11 weeks and 34 competitors, it all ends tonight. The most cutthroat season of Super Mario Sunshine Bingo yet, and it's all down to these two competitors. Welcome, Sunshine fans and Bingo enthusiasts, to the Season 3 Division 1 Finals of the Super Mario Sunshine 1v1 Lockout Bingo League between JJsrl and Despin. My name is Lego, and I am here in the commentary booth with the illustrious Jeff Compass, and this is definitely not what people were expecting from the Division 1 Finals. JJ definitely was a name that we expected to see up here in the big screen, but Despin has shocked the world, dealing Ramato 13 his first ever playoff loss in league history. That makes the stakes even higher, wouldn't you say?
I did not see this coming, and now we have a Division 1 Finals where anything can happen, really. I mean, I think JJ's favored. I think you would agree, but yeah, it's like not black and white, whereas Ramato JJ maybe was a little bit more very Ramato favored because JJ kind of had a mental block against him.
Yeah, and as a result of the recent matches, JJ is now the top of the standings, at least as far as ELO goes, right up there as one of the great bingo players to be part of the scene right now. But Despin, making waves, joined the league in Season 3, and definitely proved himself throughout the regular season and into playoffs with some really, really excellent play, excellent routing all around. But now it all ends tonight. It's a best of 3. The first 2 matches are played tonight. The second or the third match, if needed, will be played tomorrow.
Yep.
So it's all going to come down to this. We're starting with Invasion as the first format. And I was chatting with Despin before the match. Despin saying that he was actually kind of excited to be playing Invasion tonight.
Sure.
Definitely a format that both these players do feel comfortable in. So it's all going to come down to this. And they're
Absolutely.
just getting all set up.
Yep, just waiting on an R from Despin. He says he forgot to watch this chat. So, yeah, just about to get going. All right, and both players are ready. We'll be starting this off. We'll be looking at the card in just a moment.
Match 1 of the Division 1 Finals starts right now. The card is revealed, and the players are underway.
Ooh.
Let's take a look here and see what this Invasion card has in store for us. And I'm seeing some interesting stuff along the outside. Rico 3 hoverless, Rico 100 coin.
We've lost JJ.
I'm seeing some, yeah, that's basically it for fast starts, I guess. 17 M's, I think, is a little slow compared to those two. Let's take a look
Just
here.
a moment here.
We've got the data.
Just trying to get JJ up and running again before I analyze.
Yeah, so 17 M's edges out Rico hundreds by about 19 seconds. I remember us having this discussion in the past about 17 M's versus Rico hundreds, actually, as sort of being a lot closer than you might expect, assuming you are hard rushing 17 M's, which is a possibility in Invasion, but it really needs to be a powerful start for you to want to do that, and I'm not really seeing that here on this card, especially because of how heavy Bianco is in Column 4. Bianco Shadow Mario, Bianco 100 Coin Shine. You're going to want links. You're going to want 45 totals. Like, you'd have a bit of a leg up, and you might be able to build towards, like, a Rico 3 hoverless in your row 3, in your Column 3. But I'm not the hugest fan of the 17M start here.
Not at all.
I am leaning towards that Rico start. Losing the Rico 3 hoverless race, not the end of the world. You end up in the Rico hundreds. And then you sort of try to make level shines progress. You maybe dip out to Pianta, start building a 4 from 3 story for yourself. Enemies you're already well set up for.
Column 1 is really good. I think Column 1 is pretty synergistic. Column 5 a little less so, but there's still some things you could do there. You could do Rico hundreds in a secret after your boss rematch. That's honestly pretty effective if you get M's as well. Not the
Rico,
worst.
yeah. I'm just trying to suss out whether like Rico hundreds or Rico 3 hoverless is the better start overall here. Part of me wants to say that Rico 3 hoverless may not be that strong. I mean, I've seen 17 M's in your row 4, which is pretty okay. 5 bluebirds, 45 totals in your base is pretty nice. You do have a 50 from 2 or 150 from Delfino in your base as well, with hundreds in the secret. And you could try for like an early invade with 12 level shines, but your story ends up being what's your click in row 3, and it's got to be like 7 pin of beach blues or something. Which, you know, and then in the 12 level shines, you somehow are trying to like sneak that away. But I almost like the Rico 100 start a little better here. I think you end up
Maybe.
I think you end up with like a Rico commit, right? You get level shines, you get boss rematch, you get 5 enemies, you're making Link's progress, you've gotten fast shines, you're into Pinna first. And then you make a Pinna play into maybe Pianta for 4 from 3.
I don't know how I feel about row 1. I feel like it's not bad. It's just kind of slow going. But I think when you do get the synergies in there, it's pretty good. Whereas row 5, you might have a lot of clicks in your own row, but like, I don't know. I think row 5 benefits from being able to win both 5 bluebirds and 17 M's. It kind of makes it hard to really invade from row 1 from there. Plus, you could probably I think row 5 has a lot of things you could do to block off invasion paths. It's kind of the nice thing about it. But like, I don't know. I think column 1 also is pretty interesting. Do you think we see a 4 Fruit Lady rush? You never know. Could happen.
Yeah, looking at 4 Fruit Ladies, it's a bit of an odd starting row, I think, is what makes it difficult. You're kind of forced into an early 150 from Delfino.
Right.
And you
can do a 50 from 2.
You got a bit of an awkward time, I think. I think you go into Pianta, if you rush 4 Fruit Ladies, you go into Pianta, you're making a play for Pianta 3 damage with 16 from Pianta. That presents the biggest risk to you. You're trying to make a play then for, you know, you're getting your enemies, you're getting your bluebirds. This almost feels like a low progression card, but then you have like all 3 Cannonball shines on your side and 4 from 3, which isn't the biggest. I mean, it's progression based in the sense that you need to get to 20 shines, but it's not progression in the sense of I need access to particular shines. That, I think, is something that this card is really lacking.
Yeah.
There's no real secrets goals. There's no hidden goals. There's only 100 in a secret in the bottom right corner here, and boss rematch in the upper right corner. You could make a very serious case for... And then there's Pinna and Bianco Shadow Mario, which stick out kind of like sore thumbs.
Yeah.
You're not really wanting to go for those.
No.
But you kind of want to have progress.
Someone probably will have to, so yeah, you're going to want progress. I mean, boss rematch, you can make an argument, can be done in Bianco, but, like, it's not even that... Like, you're probably just going to want to do it in Rico. You're probably going to have Rico 3 hoverless no matter where you are. Let's say Rico 3 is a race, you'll probably just have Rico 5 open by then. So it's like, do you really want to sit through Bianco 5 to do that? Pianta Shadow Mario, there's Pianta 3 damage list, 16 blues, but, like, then you got, like, you know... 4 shines.
Shadow Mario.
It's Pinna? Oh, well, on the column.
Oh, there's also Pianta Shadow Mario. There's 3 Shadow Mario cards?
I didn't see Pinna, so there's 3.
Well, there we go. Well, they both start with P.
Yeah.
But also, I wanted to bring up, we're talking about Pianta. 9 Pipes is also on the card.
There's 9 Pipes. That's a good point. I kind of neglected that. There's 100 in a secret. That's the fastest 100 in a secret, I think. I don't know. That might not be true. It probably is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
100
think...
in a secret with Bianco 100 coin? We've seen that as an invasion start.
True, but you could also make an argument for Rico 400 here. I think so, like maybe even as a start. I wouldn't even be that opposed to it if you can predict you're going to be in row 1. It would be a very cheeky potential invade.
Yeah, so I'm looking up some start times here because I'm curious. We're 17 M's, right? So by far and away, Fruit Ladies is the fastest start. About 11 according to the Pogo spreadsheet. But then you get into this really interesting cluster: 17 M's at 13 minutes, Rico hundreds at 13 minutes and 19 seconds. Bianco hundreds at 13 minutes 31 seconds, and then Ina's secret is 55 seconds, so 13 minutes 55 seconds. So we've got this big cluster of goals at that like 13, 14 minute mark, which it is about a minute of separation, but that's assuming perfect execution, right?
Yeah.
Nerves are high, pressure's on, right? I think any of those could be viable starts here. And it's a little bit up in the air about who's going to go for what. And
I
who's
have
gonna
no
have
clue.
a execution to whatever it is. But we're underway here. We're both unlocking Bianco. We'll see where they go from here, because we got to unlock Bianco in order to be able to get to Rico.
Or do Fruit Ladies.
Or do anything on
Or
this
do
one.
really anything. I mean, Pianta 1 with M's honestly wouldn't have been that bad if you're just like going for some setup. Could have been fine. Pianta's okay. We'll see what they do though. Despin not grabbing any fruits, inferring he probably wants Bianco right now. And same with JJ. So we're
I
seeing.
love how they both bonked doing scumbag movement
Maybe they
in the exact same way.
maybe they handshook on that.
We haven't talked a lot about speed here. JJ is considered one of the best Sunshine runners currently running. Really, really a top-tier competitor. One BTRL, very fast gamer. Despin, though, no slouch either. Has been putting in the work, and has definitely shown his prowess. So, while you might give the speed edge here to JJ, it really is going to come down to nerves, and it's going to come down to execution here in the moment. I don't think there's too much you can prescribe here based on speed.
I mean,
getting very similar RNG here on the Spider, too.
JJ is the fastest bingo player, like hands down. Then again, it's like Despin is still fast. Like he has a low 115. He has really good. Like he's going for like world record in all episodes. You can't be bad at the game and do that, you know. So I don't know. Despin's fast enough where like he can't. He's not gonna get bodied, is what I'm gonna say. He's not gonna get bodied. If he races something, he'll probably lose it. But like even then, they're both in Bianco 2, and JJ is 5 seconds behind. Ish. So who knows?
What's important to note here is they are in Bianco 2, and they are intending to finish Bianco 2. 17 M's likely off the table right now. They did grab the windmill M, but neither of them stopped in the town for the other M's. Right? This is straight up a Bianco start, and I'm beginning to think that this is going to be hundreds in the secret in Bianco.
Maybe that might be it. Yeah, it wouldn't.
If we, we're continuing to look here at column 5, boss rematch, hundreds in the secret, Bianco 100 coin, Bianco Shadow Mario, 12 level shines. Right? You're slow to 12 level shines, honestly.
Whoever loses this race is gonna be really sad if it is a race. Like. Oof. I mean, you have 50 at least for 50 from 2, but like, if that's your consolation prize, you feel pretty bad about yourself. I'll say that much.
Yeah, this is sort of a ballsy play, right? This
if that's what they're going
very
for,
feast or famine.
Could be set up. It could be like M's with Bianco 3 and Rico, and like you're set up for enemies and stuff at that point. It could just be set up. I guess we're gonna find out.
It's also not the worst.
No.
Like I know it's very feast or famine, but ultimately, by completing Bianco 3, right, you end up with 5 enemies, or you end up with enemies access. You're ending up with 4 from 3 progress, right? There's some consolation prize. You've got 50 from 1, as we mentioned. You've gotten some level shine, so it's not really the end of the world. But here we are. We're seeing Despin going for Bianco 3. They're both going for Bianco 3. Are they seeing something that we're not?
I think they're going for enemy blues. I think they're going to go for setup into enemy blues in column 1. That's what I think they want right now. Because, like, you could do the Rico 4 into Gelato 1, but, like, it's not that... Like, Bianco is nice to have, just really around. Like, it's not... Oh. JJ? What's happening here? What's happening here? Someone want to explain what just happened?
They're playing Super Mario Sunshine.
JJ just clicked 7-pin at Beach Blues. Or for Fruit Ladies. He didn't do that. Do we need to call a pause? Let's call a pause.
Can we call a pause here?
Yeah, I have no clue. I might have messed something up, but like, I have no idea.
Is this the problem? Okay, actually, hold on. Is this the problem that we've had in... Because apparently Bingo Sync has been having a problem lately where it's...
I don't think we have the same card.
Generating cards that are not the same card. I'm gonna reload here.
It's 2 Despins? What? I have no idea what's happening, to be completely honest right now.
Oh no! Wait! Oh no!
What happened?
You have both of them!
What?
They're the same!
What?
It's the same stream! That's why they're doing the same thing! That's why they have the same RNG! That's why they're balking in the same place! Jeff, you have both of the same streams open!
Alright, I'm retiring as a SMS moderator after this. Hold on. I don't know what happened! I actually have no clue what happened. Okay, I don't know. I'm retiring. I'm already kind of in retirement, but like, I'm out.
I can't believe it!
Okay.
The spider RNG should have been a dead giveaway.
Okay, so, okay. They're good. There's no real information that's given away here. Obviously, it's for Fruit Ladies. So, like, it's not like you can really... There's no controversy. The restream is bad. So, we'll never know how JJ's Fruit Ladies were. So...
Well, assume that they went pretty well, all things considered.
I mean, what time... Okay, so I'm ready. I don't know how that happened. I'm not even going to ask how that happened.
Alright, I think we're ready to resume here in just a moment. Thank you so much for bearing with us here. If you're just joining us from the SB Raid, we are in the Game 1 of the Division 1 Finals here in the Super Mario Sunshine Bingo League between JJsrl and Despin. 2 excellent competitors. Despin dealing the first ever playoff loss to the widely considered Bingo GOAT, Ramato. JJ, a longtime competitor in the scene, and one of the fastest bingo players around, not to mention one of the fastest any percent players around. Just finished up 4 Fruit Ladies, heading into Pianta. Despin, this time, heading into Rico, and will be given column 5 to start from.
I'm just laughing that we were commentating a race that was just the same fucking screen. Okay, yeah, JJ's in Pianta. This is the natural progression after you do Fruit Ladies.
Yeah, and as we sort of were talking about Pianta 3 damage lists in the card, right? It's interesting to me that JJ opted into column 1 because we were talking about sort of how column 1 was a little awkward. You sort of needed some broad-based progress, but also didn't really need it with the low progression. But maybe he's eyeing that Pianta 3 damage list, 4 from 3, 9 pipes, 16 Pianta blues. There's definitely a case to be made with like a 45 totals or a 7 links play. Meanwhile, Despin has Rico unlocked and is now grabbing some M's. 17 M's probably will be his first click here.
Yep.
Unless he goes back for Bianco Hundreds in a Secret, which I would...
He has open.
Surprised if he does.
He does have it open, so you could definitely... I mean, I think he's going to have to, kind of, but like he's also going to want 3 coverless, which he should get.
Look at what JJ's doing here.
Hundreds. Or 50.
No, he's doing 50.
Okay. I mean, Delfinos are useless. Let's keep that in mind here. You know, Delfinos have no value.
There's 26 shines.
Yeah.
Fast shines to finish it out, but there's no Delfino shine goal. You're right. But I just find it interesting here. This is definitely a goal that Despin probably is not expecting JJ to ever go for, at least not initially. So to sort of have access to it and to have made some progress towards it may present a wrinkle, may present an opportunity.
Despin standing 10 feet away, trying to spray this linked. Okay, I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, unless you get bonked off by the blooper.
Yeah, you lose sort of all the time that you were going to save by being up there already by getting bonked off there, but manages to finish out the link. just fine. JJ dipping out of Pianta here.
Yep.
Content with Pianta 1.
That's not too bad. I mean, it's only two more shines for 3 damage lists. They're both quick, so now you could make a little progress in Rico and win 3 hoverlists, maybe? Although, yeah, I think he can win 3 hoverlists. Like, Despin doesn't have a great path to that. And if that fails for JJ, he has 16 blues.
Yeah, Despin's gonna need that first and second click in column 5 and column 4. You know, boss rematch, possible in Rico, right? But I think, like, it's tough because 12 level shines also is something that JJ wants, right? Just like, you know, and I don't think you're that dissatisfied losing Rico 3 hoverless if you're able to get 12 level shines.
Well, also as JJ, I don't think you're very likely to win 12 level shines, to be honest. Because, I mean, he started 4 Fruit Ladies. He has 1, and that's Pianta 1. Despin's going to have 3 after this. But there's JJ's fast. Despin could stop to do 100, and that could kind of... Despin's also stopping for a lot more blues. So, definitely not guaranteed for Despin, but I'd say the ball is in his court with that one currently. Oh, going for the...
My hunch out of JJ is he might be eyeing 45 totals.
Or...
As a potential steal. No, he's doing Rico hundreds. Or is this just going to be 50?
I don't know. I can't really see. I really don't want him to do 100, honestly, right now. I think there's just too much.
This might just be 50 with blues.
He could do Rico 250. Whatever. It's still fast. Rico 1, you get more blues at least. But, like, I think Rico 2 is just faster. The thing is, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I genuinely think maybe he needs to be as quick as possible, because, like, he's going to need stuff. Like, he's going to probably want to win 3 hoverlists if he can. That would be a pretty nice steal for him. Despin, meanwhile, finishing up Rico 1.
Took the opportunity to grab those far out M's, so I think he's got all 9 now.
I think he has 9. If he missed one, I'm sorry.
Making good progress.
Going back to P... Do you think he's going to do 100 now?
I think you kind of gotta, I want to say. It's just...
Maybe. You could do 45 totals. Okay, he's doing hundreds if he's going back to 3.
Yeah.
There's no reason to do, like, 3R or anything. It's
yeah,
a weird
going
card.
into 3, you're doing it for the more advantageous coin positions.
I don't know about this 50 from 2 from JJ. I'm not sure I like this too much, honestly. It's not, like, bad.
It feels a little awkward. If he's not intending to go into Rico 2, this may make sense, but... It just feels a little awkward. It feels a little disjoint, unpracticed maybe even, right? Like there's a route that he has in mind here you can sort of see from his play, but not quite up to that level of execution, which I think just burns time.
So there's pros and cons to this. Like, like 50 from 2, unfortunately, the con is it doesn't really get you anything besides the goal. Like, getting 50 coins doesn't really provide you anything. It gives you a 1-up. 1-ups, lives are not in this card. On the other hand,
time waste.
On the other hand, like, he already started Fruit Ladies. This is a low progression card. He can get away with it at the same time, you know, to get the goal. It's not like it's gonna put him that behind to like everything. It's just like it's a little weak, I think, though. I think maybe just some level shine stuff. JJ 49. Okay. It does allow him to get to column 3 earlier. But, like, Pianta 3 damage list could have been done in that time period as well, and that's just levels and opens up blues.
So then what does he necessarily want, then, in column 3 that would necessitate this play?
Rico 3 hoverless?
Is this just to deny Despin the goal? Because that's the other consideration we have to make here, right? Hundreds in the Secret in Bianco is pretty clearly the right play. I mean, I think JJ's entering Rico 2 here, so probably could have just done 50 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, you get more blues in 1, but 2 is just really quick.
But I think that this is maybe just to deny Despin this potential invade route. Because if you look at how vulnerable column 1 is for JJ, it's pretty vulnerable. If Despin gets a good click in column 2, JJ is at risk for nearly all of those goals, right? there's not really a good way to protect 5 bluebirds or 5 enemies with 4 from 3 or all 3 cannibals without just doing them first, right? And as soon as you're exposed, and like the easiest potential click for Despin is in column 2 for 50 yellow from 2 because of the Bianco start, has that flexibility to basically do it anywhere, could do it in Rico as well, right? So I think that this is JJ trying to hedge against a potential column 2 click, trying to be defensive against that and risking a lot of the column 1 goals that he definitely wants to be able to win.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad. The more I'm looking at this, winning 3 hoverless is pretty nice.
That being said, would have liked it in 2 instead of it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean...
And this is for Rico 3 hoverless, I think.
Yeah, there's really nothing else right now, unless he's going to do hundreds for some reason. Despin... Okay, he was shimmying on that. Not clicking, doesn't have to. JJ is obviously not contesting that. Unfortunately for Despin, though, he will lose 3 hoverless. Level shines are now evened up a bit more. This will be JJ's
5th, sorry. Because JJ got no, JJ did no Delfinos. Unless, wait, no.
We don't know. I assume he rushed Fruit Ladies. Did he do...
We don't have a good level shines count. It's either...
I don't think he would have done Fruit Ladies that quick and has, like, a level shine, but... Unless he did Bianca 1. Because he wouldn't... I think he just probably did Plunderbell, to be honest. I would be amazed if he had... I would be amazed if he had...
That'd be a little amazing if he got a level shine as part of that whole chicanery.
It would have to be Bianca 1 for some reason, sorry.
So, we did see JJ click away 50 from 2 and Rico 3 hoverless. Despin responding with clicking away 100 in a secret Bianco.
Why is Despin red? Hidden. This is like... oh wait, Despin's just color is red. That's interesting. I thought it was brown. Why am I stupid?
I don't think Despin was really at risk of clicking that, or needing to click that right away, but...
Oh my goodness. JJ's starting Rico hundreds. This is wild.
JJ's starting Rico hundreds?
I'm not big on this one, I think. I don't know.
The value of Rico hundreds has gone way down. Right? Like,
yeah.
Rico hundreds was sort of good in this cheeky kind of, I'm going to get Bianco and Rico hundreds, and I'm going to somehow get a click in column 3 and get 50 from 2. Right? He can get some enemies while doing this. He can get some more blues while doing this. Just sort of makes the Rico the 50 from 2 play a little more baffling, right? And now he doesn't necessarily know this, but he would have had the flexibility to basically make it all the way and gotten 50 here instead of having to do it all in one, right? You just sort of subtract that time off the back and add it here. Would have been able to get Rico 3 hoverless and 50 from 2 pretty conveniently.
What's really bad for Despin, he needs to protect boss rematch, and he's not going to really see this play coming, so he might not have time to protect it. And that could be really rough, because you need 3 clicks to win in your base. So he's either going to have to do 26 shines or Pianta Shadow Mario if he does lose boss rematch. And I guess as Despin, you just don't expect him to do Rico hundreds right now. This will catch him off guard and potentially lose him boss rematch, which would be really rough. Not too late.
Pianta.
Yeah, I mean, he could also just grind a bunch of Pianta shines. It wouldn't be the worst if there's still a lot of Pianta goals in the card.
Pianta's definitely not bad. Finishes out 17 M's, able to click that away. And now can get a pipe shine while he's here. Can get a 1 shine's worth of progress towards Pianta Shadow Mario. So lots of options here for him.
Yep. Doesn't delay 17 M's. You probably shouldn't. Gets another M. Oh, that was so sick. He like got the blue.
Would have been very cute if it went in, but you know.
That would have been hard because you probably.
It was still cute anyway.
It was still cute.
JJ skipping that blue. Okay.
Yeah, there's never really any good reason to skip a blue if it's...
Especially one right there, especially with 45 totals on the card that you can, like, somewhat threaten.
If it's right in your face.
The rest of these blues, so it's not like he's skipping all of them. I think probably just muscle memory.
Yeah, it's probably just a mistake.
And was not thinking about it, but...
In Rico 300s, you don't typically... Wait, this is 400s. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, yeah, because enemies, duh. That's interesting, actually. 400s is slightly slower, but it's similar to Rico 800s, so, which JJ's been doing 120. Gotta point that out. JJ's actually not doing too bad in the blues department. Has like 25. Granted, Despin is ahead and is picking up more.
Yeah, picking up the links here in Pianta. JJ will finish out hundreds with one fewer coin than intended. This is the correct route if you want to do it in a secret, but...
Well, that's unfortunate for JJ. I don't know where...
It is. I don't know where he's going to grab one more. Probably going to have to hunt for a blooper. Oh, there it is. It's right there.
This match is awesome.
Cursing himself for missing that one on the crane.
He's probably not happy with himself.
Yeah. Finishing out Rico hundreds here. Having collected 150 total golden coins here.
True.
The Italian word from rich. JJ is...
He's pretty rich.
Flush with those coins. I'm gonna grab this M here along the way.
So, boss,
this adventure.
Do you think JJ goes for boss rematch right now? I think he will. I think it's too good of a take not to, like, go for it.
I agree. I think it's one of those goals that you really do want to deny. Yeah. And Despin's still in an okay position.
Definitely.
As far as, like, losing that goal, it's not ideal, but he is making progress in Pianta. He will probably get Pianta Shadow Mario at this rate, but JJ's leaving.
JJ might be more interested in 45.
Yeah, I mean, JJ would need 45 in order to be able... Oh, no, he has Rico.
He has hundreds. He might be holding that ransom, and then is just going to try for 45. Not the worst. Not the worst idea. If you could take 45, it's obviously the better take. It would force Despin to commit to 100. If it works out, it would be nice. Lego is quiet. Where is Lego in my...
Well, Gelato for JJ does hold another enemy. Holds two of the birds. Not really an attractive 4 from 3 target, though, so I wouldn't say that JJ should stick around, but maybe thinking about Pianta 3 damageless here as the next thing for JJ to go for, because Despin's now threatening it. Getting close to that 12 level shines and being able to steal Pianta 3 damageless would be pretty good for Despin. But no, JJ's just unlocking Gelato.
Not getting even the enemy. I guess you have no reason to really fear enemies yet, but that if Despin gets 3 damageless with 16 Pianta blues, enemies could be in danger.
I think JJ's got to be reading this as no Rico progress, though. Or, like, no access to a 5th enemy.
Oh, he's going to do his 5th enemy in Pinna. But, like, he's going to want 5 bluebirds anyway. I think JJ should have gone into Gelato. Right? I guess you can kind of just... I don't know. The prioritization from JJ feels a little odd right now.
Yeah, it's sort of tough to read what he's exactly wanting. He's definitely down in the level shines race. He's definitely down in the Pianta Blues race. He will get to Pinna here, but Cannon Mole shines, I guess, in your base 4 from 3. That's good progress when you do that.
Yeah.
Butterfly Blue in the middle.
Does JJ have 7 links? No, there's no way he would.
Despin is up to enough M's.
20?
Has clicked the goal, probably at 20. Probably has collected every M in every level he has been to.
Pretty...
Definitely looking for that 45 totals. But there's the click. 16 Pianta Blues into Pianta 3 damageless. Secures that goal, but JJ doesn't even flinch into Pinna.
Yeah, he's going to get 5 enemies. He's going to have to protect bluebirds pretty quickly. Despin's in a good spot. I feel like Despin's actually in a decent spot starting this out. We'll see. JJ might win 45, but Despin might win birds as a result.
I think you're happy if you're Despin right now. I think
I
JJ's sort of trying to be a little too cute, I think, is the right way to describe sort of this first part of the match. Has definitely been trying to exploit speed and trying to exploit sort of like an unusual route in order to get himself to victory. But Despin's sort of playing this pretty straight, making the right calls, working towards stuff he knows he's going to need to work towards. And JJ's playing for a lot of the card right now, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not... JJ, Despin pausing and then getting hit by a Gumi. JJ will get to 45 at least, but like, Despin's going to get a nice click in JJ's base now, which makes the Rico 100 play a bit more questionable if JJ wasn't going to do anything with it right away, right? Like, he didn't go for boss rematch. He still can. That window's still open.
Yep.
But it just makes it a little more questionable, I think. That's how I feel, at least.
Yeah, he's going to need some dividend payoff for that time committed. There's the fifth enemy.
Honestly, as JJ, it might not even be that unreasonable to exit area here just to get birds. But then again, like, Despin's probably going to get 4 from 3 anyway. I don't know. It's interesting.
Did JJ not get the second half of this linked? Let's see if we can peek it here as he swings around the camera. The second half of the X.
Yeah, I
see.
see.
Second half of the X is still there.
Gets 45. That is a good take to get 45.
It is.
I don't think he's really playing for links anymore. But he's thinking. He's like, do I want to stop for links?
Right now, if you're JJ, you need 12 level shines, but you also need a second click in column 2. And with Pianta 3 damage list gone, it's sort of the same situation that Despin would end up with if boss rematch was clicked, right?
Well,
you're sort of stuck with, well, 60 totals is the worst.
Yeah, he's
right?
going to get 60 totals probably. Despin's could possibly get that, but like, he probably won't. Well, I don't know. Despin actually was getting blues, so like, what does he have? 42? It's not unreasonable to say Despin can take that. But he's got to kind of get 12 level shines first, which, you know, that's not the quickest. But he will be at 9 after this. I don't think he's done any Delfinos. Is that correct?
No, I think Despin has been our level shines gamer exclusively. Hasn't traded. Hasn't done any Delfinos by our count. JJ, on the other hand, traded in 30 blues and has done probably 1 Delfino. So, definitely behind in the level shines race here.
Yeah, JJ is like 6 level shines. JJ almost watched the cutscene there. I think JJ could maybe still win No, I don't think JJ can win birds, actually.
JJ would have to, like, leave right now and get birds.
I think even then, I don't think he wins them, honestly.
Does Despin have both birds already in Delfino? No, he's got to get one of them here. JJ's thinking about it. Oh, did JJ already get that other bird?
I didn't see it. No, it looks like not if he's going back.
Oh, he's going to get both. He's just going to get that one Delfino. No, because he only got the one bird in... I
don't know. This is a I need Falcon hit
Pinna.
moment. It's kind of how I'm feeling right about now.
Unless JJ got, during the Fruit Ladies Bonanza, already got that other bird.
Oh God, please,
right?
No,
like if JJ got that bird, during that, but it may not even matter because Despin's entering Pinna.
Please,
right now.
I just want Despin to win it. I just want Despin to win it to avoid the controversy. That's all I want.
The
Despin,
Fruit Ladies strike again.
Please, Despin, please. No, JJ's birds aren't there. Wait, no, it's good. That's good. Never mind. It's still sad for JJ. Don't get me wrong.
Well, there it is.
Okay.
5 bluebirds clicked away by Despin. We've witnessed all of them.
We can't afford another controversy
that
this season.
is fact.
JJ
loses that goal, exits. Well, to be honest, there's not a... I mean, it's a level shine, I guess, but...
I don't think you think you win level shines as JJ, honestly, at this point. I think what JJ should do
thing to lose here.
I wonder if JJ should just do boss rematch. You need to slow Despin down in some way, whether that's forcing him to get to 26 shines. or Pianta Shadow Mario. Both are pretty slow. Like, yeah, he has Pianta 3 done. Pianta 4 through 7, not the quickest.
Heading back into Pinna, though, for Pinna 2. First Cannon Moleshine. Despin's going to finish out all the links here, though, or at least most of them.
He should have 7 after this.
Links. Yeah.
He should have 7. I'd be kind of shocked if
he's
didn't.
entered enough levels at this point, I believe the count. But he's going all the way up top just to...
Okay, hold on. Sure. Falcon hit saying, oh shit, Despin doesn't have one of the... I can't do this. I'm just going to have to retire. If Despin doesn't have all the Delfino birds, I think it just goes to JJ, because he would have won that, right? Like...
Yeah,
that would have necessitated JJ.
If Despin would have had to exit area and then get it, but it's also too much play has passed and decisions have been changed because of the click. So
I would give it to Despin or JJ.
I would believe here that Despin did get all 5. I would not expect him to have skipped one. Then again, Sunshine player is not known for counting.
I don't know anymore. Every match is just cursed whenever I'm involved. It's kind of the conclusion. We'll see what Falcon hit says. I will probably just go off of that. I thought he had 5, but like, I guess not.
I thought so too. Well, we will find out here. Not enough information to stop play on, but we have our...
Marks is 5 Delfino Blues, and it's 3 M's, Jail, and Bird. Should we pause? I think we need to call for a pause, right? I don't know. This is kind of important.
If Falcon's saying that there's...
It's kind of... I trust Falcon. If it was just like... I don't know. Let's
pause here.
Let's call for another pause here. Dude, I can't do this. Let me get to my bingo sync. Let me watch to make sure. Despin is staying on this screen. JJ has like 5 seconds of leeway. Should we ask Despin to... I guess it would be mitigated by going back into the plaza and the Z button. Should we just check him? Should we make him go to the...
I'm gonna have him explicitly check Z menu.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so Lego is in the other booth. So I apologize to all the viewers for this match. To be fair, not all of it is my fault, Kipo. I don't really know what to say. Honestly, I just can't. This one has 5. Can we make him go to the bird and just have him transport back to Pinna after? Can we do that? Like, is that a thing we can do? I should probably know as a moderator, to be honest.
I did ask him to resume play just to see the menu.
Should we have him go to the bird and just have him regain his position in Pinna?
He mentioned to me that his count matches up with Falcons of 3 M's, Jail Blue, and a bird.
We have to give the click to JJ in this case then. Because JJ exited area. I still think it'd be fine if we had Despin, but if Despin agrees with Falcon's numbers, and that we don't really have any controversy. So I think we give it to JJ, and by I mean we are. So sorry, Despin. Ah, heck. We're not gonna say that JJ exited area because of it, but that is actually a huge reason why we have to. So, alright. This match is so scuffed. It's partially my fault, but it's still scuffed. JJ got a few extra seconds at gameplay, but since Despin
had to unpause and watch the cutscene.
Yeah, because of that, it mitigates actually. Despin
balances out. So, a little unfortunate there that happened.
You're a little sad if you're Despin. You're a little sad. It's kind of a bad click to have to lose, unfortunately.
It is unfortunate, but that is definitely a goal that Despin wanted to be able to lock away from JJ. Just because of its ease and the plays that were made were clearly building towards it. It just needed that last bluebird as it sails overhead. Unfortunately for Despin, will be down a goal.
He can still win 60. What's good for Despin right now is I think he wins 60, which should be that's a really nice pickup, honestly. But then again, JJ is going to be set up for both Pin of Shadow Mario and Bells with this play, so like, I don't think JJ really cares that much about
Pin of Shadow Mario, Bells, Butterfly, all his...
Now, JJ doesn't have a Butterfly spot. That is something we should mention. If he did... Rico 5 could be a Butterfly spot.
Rico 5?
Rico 8. Like, if he does Rico 5 for the boss rematch. Excuse me. Let's see. Nope.
That was certainly a 7 links delay. Click that away for Despin. Get that motivation back up, thinking of, hey, I got to click now. Always good to have.
Yep.
And, like, losing that goal's not the end of the world. It does make the win condition a little tighter. Despin's now sort of harder committing here to Pianta. We'll get his 4th shine from Pianta. Maybe now thinking about that 4 from 3.
Despin with a pretty clean Pianta 4. Not as clean as Urbani Kipo, but a clean one nonetheless.
1 shine away from 12 level shines as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be a good gut punch. 12 level shines, 60 totals. Not a bad get.
I mean, you're still set up for 9 pipes as well. That's also the nice thing. You already have 4. Beach pipe is kind of a freebie. JJ here.
Thinking about heading back to Pianta, it seems. Despin's heading into to Pinna. So
we might see a 4 from 3
JJ.
race.
Yeah, this is 4 from 3 race, I believe, is the right way to characterize this. Important to note, JJ also did not get the cannon mole, the second cannon mole shine. So it doesn't have all the cannon mole shines that he would need, but he does have 4 in Pinna from Pinna 4.
I wonder who wins this race.
This is his 3rd from 4, correct? Because he's gotten Bianca. Well, no, he's gotten 3 from Bianco.
Wait, no, Despin's not favored to 4 from 3 right now.
Yeah, it doesn't have the depth, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he only has 3.
Whereas
Bianco.
JJ has like the 4 in Pinna and the 4 in Rico.
Yeah, JJ's winning 4 from 3. I'm not sure why I thought that Despin was in the running for that. But does get 12 level shines, a pretty nice take. JJ needs to like not get too stressed right now. He's in an okay position. Doing Pianta is actually going to help him quite a bit, I think. Because now he's going to be set up for pipes. He's going to have a butterfly open. He's going to be able to potentially steal Shadow Mario. It's not too bad. Like it honestly, as JJ, this is one of my favorite things JJ does. Is like doesn't care when someone has progress in a world and just tries to catch up in it. I love when JJ does that because it's usually a pretty good play. But then again,
Despin as well. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I've been talking a lot.
No, I was going to say Despin is also bypassing Pinna 2 for Pinna 3. Mm-hmm. Aspirations as well of potentially contesting Yoshi-related goals.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say next. Is like now Despin though is getting ahead to the Pinna goals, so it's really interesting actually. It's very interesting.
They're following each other around, but not following each other in the way that is like disastrous for one or the other, right? They're both, and that's sort of what Invasion allows for. Mm-hmm. Is they both have different intents of why they're going into certain levels. They're just going into certain levels at certain times in order to further those aspirations. So, I think it's just interesting to see that this is how the card is shaking out here. Despin finishes out 60 totals and has 2 in each column except the last. And we'll be able to finish out Pinna 3 here.
He might be able to win Cannonball Shines. We'll see. JJ should be ahead to enough right now. Oh. Despin, what's happening?
So this is now 4 from 2 for JJ. Rico and...
No, this is 4 from 3. Rico, Pinna, and Pianta.
Oh, Pinna and Pianta. Yes, he has Pinna. Sorry.
That's quite alright, Lego. Despin can now go to Noki, win 3 Cannon Moles and boss rematch. Honestly, wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, that would be cheeky.
That'd be a good steal. I think that's more valuable than Butterfly. The question is, does he see that? And I don't know. We'll see right now what he clicks. Yep, clicks for probably in... I think at that point, because you can't click column 2 anyway, it would have just probably been better to do 2R. Do you think so?
Yeah, I was going to say the same. I'm a little... I'm not terribly enthused by this choice from Despin.
Yeah.
I think Pinna 2R is the better get, because you're kind of wanting to win to all 3 Cannon Mole Shines. And I think that's what JJ may be heading back to... No, he's going to trade here.
I think he's going to do Bells, because he needs to start getting across again.
Yeah, that is true. He needs some more clicks to be able to pull this off.
And you do not want to lose Bells. And there's not really any way you could right now, I think, but like you don't want to lose them.
Does Despin... This might be a play for Butterfly from Despin?
But like, what does he have in column 4? Like, how would he click
That's
that?
the problem, is he doesn't really have anything in column 4.
No.
He would need to do Rico hundreds into Butterfly.
This is I don't know.
He would need to do Rico. He would need to do Rico hundreds in the time it takes JJ to do right bell.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. Unless JJ like falls 10 times. Could happen here. Dude, that was the fastest like Shadow Mario kill I've ever seen. That was actually... I always forget JJ is a 113. He's like so good at this game, I swear. I don't know how I did that so quickly.
Serena unlocked. We didn't mention Serena at all.
Yeah, I think there's a good reason.
I think this is the first time we've mentioned it. There's not really any reason to. Pipes, rather do him in Pianta.
If you're in
and that's
Serena,
where Despin's heading back into.
If you're in Serena on this card, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, if you're in Serena on this card, something in your life has probably gone wrong.
I think the only pipes you could viably do here are Pianta and Beach Shine. If you do anything else, or a Beach Pipe, I don't know what you'd be doing with anything else. So Despin not going for Butterfly. I mean, that is the correct call. He might just be going for Pianta Shadow Mario.
That is the call.
That's interesting.
Gets past Yoshi Skip. Meanwhile, JJ, one shine away from Noki. I think I have a hunch of where he might be heading next, and he confirms my suspicions by going to the exact...
Oh.
No, he's thinking.
JJ really should do Butterfly. If JJ blocks off Butterfly, he can click Rico Hundo. Right? And then Despin might be forced into a Bianco Shadow Mario. If I'm analyzing this correctly.
That might be what happens, but JJ clearly contemplating what he wanted to do. Trades for Noki.
I would have really liked to see a Butterfly from JJ. I think it probably...
Butterfly's not at risk for another 4 minutes.
JJ has time for this. That's a good point. But, like... Oh, talk about choking Despin out of this game if he did that. Currently going for Pianta Shadow Mario, which... It's interesting. I wonder if he read the 4 from 3 as Pianta. Do you think he did?
Which would be accurate, but
yeah.
JJ now is out of here. In the Noki. Got to get the second Cannon Mole Shine. Important to note, second.
Yep.
Neither player has done Pinna 2R.
But what's also good is he can do rematch as well in Noki 2.
JJ will get... Which is why you kind of are wondering, okay, Despin's protecting Pianta here, right? Sensible play if you assume that 4 from Pianta, or 4 from 3 was in Pianta finish. But that's not the goal at risk right now. The goal at risk is Pianta... complete a boss rematch.
The issue for Despin is he can't... Like, this would be good if he could click the other Pianta goals, right? But he can't. he needs, like, he can't, I guess he's, like, thinking he can't click anything in his own base either, which is true. But, like...
How many shrines does this put Despin in after these next 2 level shrines?
I think 24 after a trade.
After a trade, so he's too short. That was my question, was, like, is he thinking, like, I think he is now forced into doing Hundreds from Rico. Hundreds from Rico has now become this weird bugbear of a shine that JJ has.
That's the issue. Like, JJ can just do Butterfly after this, and then Despin's going to be forced to do Bianco Shadow
that's
Mario.
true. That's true. Yeah. It ends up being, like, Rico Hundreds needed to have been the call 2 minutes ago for Despin.
I also, like... Sorry,
go ahead. No.
I think that, like, it's interesting because Despin is looking for another click, right? But what about Boss Rematch? He could have traded and been at Noki for Cannonball Shines and Boss Rematch 5 minutes ago. And that's a pretty quick click.
That is a pretty quick click.
And
it still doesn't change the fact you kind of need to do Rico, though. Right?
The
card is essentially boiled down to Rico Hundreds needed to have been the priority from Despin.
Right. My point is he needs a click anyway, and that's probably the best he can do for his buck out of all 3 of the clicks, because then he could win Cannonballs as well. Like, yeah, you still are kind of stuck, but it's like the most effective position.
Right. You need to do it and Rico Hundreds.
Yeah, it's kind of a gross position.
You needed to do either Pianta Shadow Mario or Rico Hundreds, and that needed to be your life choice. Boss Rematch is clicked by JJ, right? And now JJ can just head back and do Pin a 2R and get his 10th click, right?
Okay, he's going to Pianta. I was thinking for a second he might not, but yeah. JJ...
Yeah, he's going to get Butterfly here, I think.
That'll put him at 11 goals. Oh, my goodness.
Now he's thinking, all right, he's heading back.
Oh, my God. JJ, do something.
JJ keeps turning around in time with how we're sounding excited or disappointed in him. This mental battle of wills within himself was between those 2 choices. Now, granted, that was expecting Despin to go into Rico for Rico Hundreds, right? That was, I think, both of our expectations with how Despin was moving. Despin instead traded and is now rushing 26 shines.
Yeah, but, like, JJ can't click this. Can he? Like, after this? I guess it may not be.
JJ can click 1 Butterfly Rico Hundreds. JJ could click...
Well, I'm saying 26 shines.
Yeah. Well, if JJ gets Butterfly, then yes, JJ can click it.
Does he have 26 shines? Like, is kind of where I'm going for.
I do not think so. Okay. I think he's a little... No, he's close. He's very close.
Yeah. Despin doing Bianco
We'll find out here when he pauses to exit area, presumably.
He might also just do Pianta 5, because Pianta Shadow Mario is still in the card. From his perspective, it's not in danger yet.
And there is Butterfly and Rico Hundreds clicked. That stealth life choice still there. I think if you're JJ, your win con is just all 3 Cannonball Shines.
Yep. You could also just do Pin a Shadow Mario and click 9 pipes. I don't know if you can win 9 pipes, actually. You just do Pin a 2R and Pin a Shadow Mario, I think. I think that's your win con. But if he gets baited by, like, the 9 pipes, this match could actually get very interesting. Ooh. Where you going, Despin?
Despin's having some mental mental fortitude of his own here. Looking, having the fight that battle of wills. Able to click off 26 shines. That is a excellent click for Despin, but it's just not going to be enough at this point. 3 Cannonballs is about to be clicked away. And, so, unfortunately, or fortunately, if you're JJ or Despin, 5 Bluebirds ended up being pretty pivotal here.
Yeah.
JJ is not ahead to any of the remaining goals on this card.
He needs to just do, his win con is just probably Pin a Shadow Mario, honestly. He probably
I mean,
could.
that's JJ's win con is Pin a Shadow Mario. We're going to see probably an EYG into win here.
Yeah, you just do EYG.
But behind a Bianco Shadow Mario, doesn't have Pianta Shadow Mario, and would need 9 pipes. And Despin in the Bingo Sync chat saying, I think this is game FF.
Okay, that's fair. I think a forfeit's fair. I mean, to be fair, JJ still had to make the pivotal choice to... Okay, he was probably going to do Pin a Shadow Mario. So, I think it would, yeah.
So, a bit of a rough ending here for Despin, unfortunately. That 5 blue birds was the piece de resistance of being able to win this game, because Despin was ahead to the rest of the card here.
Let's get them if they want to interview, or do they want to interview
if they want to interview or not.